My name is Patrick Child, Deputy Director General in the European Commission, responsible for research and innovation. And I'm really delighted to be closely associated with the Bangalore Tech Summit. This is a major global event which will help us showcase the opportunities that research and innovation can offer to contribute to our major objectives, be it climate change, the digital revolution, or the post-COVID recovery. And I'm really excited that by being part of this important summit, we'll be able to find new ways of cooperating between the European Union and India on this exciting agenda. Distinguished guests and participants, ladies and gentlemen, scientists and innovators, I'm delighted to be part of the Bangalore Tech Summit, a truly global event. We would obviously have preferred to be in Bangalore to meet in person and to see the Silicon Valley of India. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 pandemic has decided differently. Yet, thanks to technology, we can meet virtually and remain connected for this important event. And I'm particularly pleased to be part of this conference because for many decades, the European Union has been a partner to India. We've established close trade and economic relations and developed a broad partnership spanning over many areas of cooperation. As natural partners who share the same principles and values of democracy, freedom, rule of law, and commitment to a rules-based international order, our cooperation can contribute to making the world safer, more prosperous, and more sustainable. These values are very relevant when engaging jointly in research and innovation cooperation. The pandemic has again highlighted the importance of international scientific coordination and cooperation. COVID-19 has also shown how fragile our societies are, how we depend on each other, and how we need to use our resources in a sustainable way. Similarly, working together on research and innovation is vital in meeting other societal challenges like climate change, the clean energy and human-centric digitalization. To address all these challenges and the socio-economic situation facing Europe and the world more widely, the European Union has put the green and digital transitions at the heart of our growth agenda towards a sustainable, more resilient and human-centric society. Let me therefore start today by briefly outlining three major policy initiatives which the European Commission has taken to relaunch the economy towards a European Union that is climate neutral, digital, just and resilient. In November 2019, the European Commission launched the European Green Deal, which sets out a path to making Europe the first climate neutral continent by 2050. It maps a new, sustainable and inclusive growth strategy to boost the economy, improve people's lives, and care for nature and leave no one behind. In summary, the Green Deal focuses on achieving a full circular economy, further rolling out our renewable energy projects, especially wind, solar, and a clean hydrogen economy in Europe, cleaner transport and logistics, including electric vehicles, and a boost for rail travel and clean mobility in our cities and regions, and also supporting reskilling and helping businesses create new economic opportunities. And as a first major research and innovation action in support of the Green Deal, in September 2020, we launched the last and largest work programme under our research and innovation programme, Horizon 2020. This programme specifically targets research and innovation priorities identified in the European Green Deal. Calls for proposals have been included on 8 different areas to support innovative solutions to greening the economy. And I'm very pleased that the Indian Department of Biotechnology has agreed to co-fund calls in 5 of these areas on energy, farm-to-fork, biodiversity, pollution and health. And I hope we will hear more about some of these during this summit at the Global Pavilion. This cooperation under the Green Deal is already the result of commitments our leaders took at the EU-India Summit in July 2020 to increase our joint efforts on research and innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not in this major gathering of tech stakeholders that I have to convince you that digital technology is changing people's lives. The question is indeed no longer to digitize or not. Instead, we need to seize the opportunities while ensuring that everyone benefits from digitization and by mitigating the associated risks. The EU's digital strategy aims precisely at making this transformation work for people and businesses, while helping to achieve its target of a climate-neutral Europe by 2050. Development, deployment and uptake of technology will again play an important role. This we need you, the innovator, more than ever. India and Europe, as natural partners, should set up cooperation to ensure a human-centric approach, embedding values such as human rights, inclusivity, and non-discrimination. When we speak of digitization, artificial intelligence is of course crucial. And we are also engaging on this together with India with the creation of a new task force to address all the key aspects of artificial intelligence. Regulatory aspects, including standards and ethics, stimulating investments to the uptake of AI, and addressing the risks associated with certain uses of this technology. Research on AI can increase our capacity building, notably through centres of excellence on AI, and foster a human-centric approach. The success of the uptake of AI technologies largely depends on how industries and companies will adopt it in their business models. While large multilateral companies are well equipped for the digital transformation, SMEs and startups often need more support. Public policymakers also need to keep this in mind and design policies that foster the uptake of new digital innovations through sustainable finance practices. We know that achieving the twin transitions of greening the economy and digitalization will require investments on an unprecedented scale. We will need investments to reshape and build a European Union that is climate neutral, digital, inclusive and resilient. For this, the European Commission has proposed the EU recovery package called Next Generation EU, generating extra budget of 750 billion euros to help us all recover from the present crisis. We are determined to spend this additional funding in a green way as we make the digitalization happen. And the European Investment Bank has started transformation activities to act also as a climate bank, fully aligned with the sustainability goals of the European Union. In other words, all European Union spending programs will have to increasingly comply with the do no significant harm principle for environmental objectives and at the same time respect social standards. Green financing and investment will open new horizons in Europe and provide opportunities for global investors in green and high-tech businesses. The role of science and technology in supporting a sustainable transition to greener and more digitalized society is at the heart of our upcoming European Framework Programme for Research and Innovation, Horizon Europe. This new programme is a key priority for our Commissioner Maria Gabriel. It will have a budget of about 80 billion euros for the next 7-year period, taking over from our existing Horizon 2020 programme at the end of this year. The European Union is already leading innovation through its research and in scientific excellence. In the future, we want to step up our efforts towards achieving breakthrough, market-driven innovations that will contribute to a green and digital Europe and will boost growth, job creation and our competitiveness in the global scene. The research and innovation actions under Horizon Europe will be in line with the EU's policy priorities. For example, 35% of our funding will go to actions underpinning the European Green Deal to turn green challenges into innovations. Research for human-centric solutions to a digital world will also be high on the agenda, as well as research on health and better preparedness for pandemics. Cooperation on research and innovation will also contribute to the achievement of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. In all areas of Horizon Europe, the role of innovation will be even more important. For example, inspired by the success of the European Research Council, we are creating a European Innovation Council to support visionary innovators, researchers and entrepreneurs in realizing their ventures and bringing new solutions to the market. Building on the success of Horizon 2020, Horizon Europe will ensure continuity and keep the three-pillar structure. Pillar 1 on open science for excellence, Pillar 2 on global challenges, and Pillar 3 on open innovation with the creation of the European Innovation Council that I've mentioned. Horizon Europe will continue to have a strong international dimension, aiming at speeding up the compliance with the Sustainable Development Goals and relevant work in global fora. And this means further strong cooperation opportunities between the European Union and India on science and technology. The EU-India strategic partnership has gained strong momentum since the last EU-India summit on the 15th of July of this year, also held in a virtual format. India was represented by your Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi and by the European Union by Charles Michel, the President of the European Council, and Ursula von der Leyen, the President of the European Commission. At the summit, our leaders decided to strengthen further our partnership to bring new benefits for the peoples of India and Europe. Crucially, they highlighted the role of research and innovation in creating the necessary technologies to support sustainable transformation and modernization and to increase people-to-people actions. And in this context, I'd like to turn now to the opportunities for Europe and India as cooperation partners on science and technology. As we can see with the COVID-19 pandemic, scientific cooperation across borders is essential. We are determined to work together with our like-minded partners based on principles of mutual benefit and reciprocity. We will strengthen policy and programmatic cooperation to ensure maximum impact of our funding. For this, we will work with multilateral fora to coordinate research agendas and investment, including using existing platforms such as the Coalition on Epidemic Preparedness and Innovation, or Mission Innovation on Clean Energy, or the International Bioeconomy Forum. The fact that India is already a member of these groupings will facilitate the coordination of our research agendas and actions. In Horizon 2020, we have seen the positive impact of the co-funding mechanism on the bilateral cooperation with India, and this has allowed us to engage in research for cleaner water and wastewater management, renewable energy and health research. In addition, co-funding is continuing under the Green Deal call that I mentioned earlier. Exactly 2 years ago, we launched the EU-India Innovation Partnership here in Bangalore in the presence of Principal Secretary of the Government of Karnataka for IT, Biotechnology and Science and Technology. The purpose was to learn from each other's innovation ecosystems in view of cooperation and co-development. Specifically, we created a network of incubators, about 100, from both Europe and India, and we have organized matchmaking sessions. The C Camp from Bangalore is part of this network. The network has mainly focused on health, agri-tech, clean tech, and technologies for the Sustainable Development Goals. We see room for similar action in other areas, including the Internet of Things, Industry 4.0, robotics, augmented reality and virtual reality, and fintech. 2 years later, we can say that we've learnt a lot. Above all, we've seen how vibrant the Indian innovation system is and how creative and entrepreneurial Indian startups and enablers can be. We could also see that Europe and India have complementary knowledge and capacity, notably on how to nurture startups and scale up. We also learned how markets and networks of investors and corporates have been able to expose themselves to opportunities between Europe and India. And today, several private sector companies and investors have expressed interest in scouting from startups from within the network on, for example, food waste, agri-tech, and measures to combat COVID-19. Because of the growing demand from European innovators to come to India, we've recently launched the European Innovation Zones, that European innovators from any of the 27 member states or countries associated to Horizon Europe 2020, countries like Norway, Switzerland and Europe and Israel, can benefit from. These offer a sort of soft landing zone to help European innovators to explore and profit from India's dynamic innovation ecosystem. And we're delighted by the success of the C Camp in Bangalore, the T Hub in Hyderabad, which have agreed to host these innovation zones in their premises. We also welcome the Karnataka startups to internationalize in Europe via the network of European incubators and the European Europe Network, which is now also active in Bangalore. Research and innovation cooperation on water between India and Europe is based on open science, mutual benefit, and co-investment. This collaboration has the potential to improve, firstly, wastewater systems, combined with recovery and reuse of energy, substances and treated water. Secondly, novel drinking water purification techniques for safe drinking water with easy access at affordable cost, both in rural and urban regions. And thirdly, a smart and comprehensive solution for both quality and quantity monitoring of management of water resources. This cooperation has the potential to foster the emergence of quick-win business opportunities, affordable, innovative solutions based on integrated Indian and EU best practices in an active EU-India water partnership. Currently, we have 7 joint projects on water in which academia, small and medium-sized enterprises and startups work together to find smart solutions. And we are closely following these projects in view of their rapid deployment and their commercial exploitation. Biotechnology is another excellent example where research and innovation can drive green growth. The development of innovative biotechnology solutions can boost growth and employment in rural regions where they can have real impact. We're therefore delighted that India is one of the founding members of the International Bioeconomy Forum. In this forum, countries from around the world work together to align research on new innovative solutions in the bioeconomy area, such as new technologies for food system sectors or the microbiome, a dynamic research area in which international cooperation is particularly important. The European Union is also committed to the highest level of climate ambition and to becoming the world's first carbon neutral continent by 2050. The European Union will increase the 2030 target for emission reduction to at least 55%. And this will, we hope, put us on track for meeting objectives and obligations under the Paris Agreement and will benefit citizens and businesses alike. We should not forget that while emissions dropped 25% since 1990, our economy grew by more than 60%. And today, we have not only young, passionate people with us, but also a promising pipeline of technologies which will bring us closer to our goals. Let me take the example of Mission Innovation in the area of clean energy innovation. This initiative was launched in November 2015 during the COP21 conference in Paris, where world leaders came together to combat climate change. The group of countries that launched Mission Innovation committed to double their public investment in clean energy research and innovation over 5 years. And I'm happy that both India and the European Union are leading members of Mission Innovation. Mission Innovation brings together the best brains worldwide and the most entrepreneurial partners around breakthrough technologies and societal challenges. The ongoing discussion on the future of Mission Innovation also holds important opportunities for multilateral cooperation on targeted areas of missions. India has a strong interest in several of the ongoing discussion areas, such as cities, hydrogen, and the bioeconomy. The new phase of Mission Innovation should become more inclusive, I hope, by associating new countries in the future achievements, such as missions, and set up a collaboration with the private sector partners. Mission Innovation, I believe, is the right framework to accelerate the clean energy transition. It should help us to ensure that the new energy technologies reach every country, region, city and village by bringing them clean and affordable energy and to build a climate-friendly future. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I would like to stress the importance of public policy making in steering major societal challenges. In the current COVID-19 crisis, both the European Union and India struggle with the recovery of our economies and societies. I've presented what the European Union is doing to recover from this unprecedented crisis through its 3 major policy initiatives: the Green Deal, the Digital Agenda, and the EU Next Generation Investment Programme. I also wanted to set out for you today how important research and innovation will be in realising these challenges. The design of Horizon Europe, our future research and innovation framework programme, will help us to achieve these objectives and the transition towards a green, digital and more resilient society. And finally, I strongly believe that science and technology cannot function in isolation. We need more international cooperation at a global level with and for like-minded countries. This offers huge and exciting potential for greater cooperation with India, especially given the exciting entrepreneurial and dynamic innovation ecosystem which is demonstrated at the summit today. And I therefore hope that this summit will take us a step forward to the closer partnership and cooperation that we all want to see. Thank you for your attention.